Hey, Frank, I'm Ahearn, privacy expert and author of How to Disappear. I'm going to talk about starting your vanishing journey, whatever that means to you. So the thing about disappearing is footprints. What footprints did you create up until the point of coming to realize you want to go? Most people have created disappear footprints, on their mobile, their computer, their email, without realizing it. And it could be something as simple of, what do apartments cost in Rome, or how do I open up a bank account in Cyprus? Whatever the case may be, you created those footprints. And you have to think about that. What did I do up until this point of wanting to disappear that could lead to where I'm going? Therefore, you might have to change your destination. That's important because, if somebody tracks down your internet searches or maybe some emails, they're going to find that you want to go to Rome, and then they'll snag you. So that's one thing to think about. So one of the things people never really consider when they contact me and they do a consultation is what they do with all their stuff. I mean, you got an apartment filled with stuff. Do you just pick up, split, and leave it behind? You have a car. Do you sell your car? Can you sell your car discreetly without other people knowing and you throwing up a red flag that you're going to disappear? So starting your disappear journey begins with, how do you deal with the things and items in your life? I mean, you have a bank account maybe with X amount of thousands of dollars in it, and you need to move that money, but you need to move it legally. You can't, you can't necessarily, stuff it in a suitcase and bring it with you. The other thing is, if you're transferring it to a foreign bank, and it's a different currency, you always want to try to get a bank where it has the same currency as yours, because you'll lose a lot of money in the currency conversion. So you have to think about that. But right now, I want to keep it more so about you looking around your life, looking around your apartment, your house, and say to yourself, what do I do? Now, maybe you're looking to disappear and you want to make sure your neighbors or friends don't know about it. So your home liquidation needs to be quiet. I mean, sometimes you can disappear. I mean, if you own the apartment or house, give power of attorney to a lawyer and let them handle the sale of it and then transfer the funds wherever. But, these are things you need to think about. I can't cover all the basics, or basics, I don't know. But I can't come up with everything because everyone's life is different, from somebody who just rents an apartment and has no assets to somebody who's got a lot of assets and needs to get rid of that boat, the motorcycle, the condo somewhere. So there is a process. And before you jump ahead and say to yourself, how do I disappear? How do I get from point A to B, without people tracking me? Or how do I live as a disappeared person? Focus on the now. Now, when you're doing your disappearing search, my suggestion is always do it from like a mobile number, a prepaid burner that has internet, never connecting on the internet in your home or your work, just a private mobile you can do everything on, and just basically like a Tutnoto or a Proton email address that, doesn't track. And so what happens is you keep everything on this mobile, and that will basically keep your disappear plans private. And you can email companies in different places about apartments and, airlines, whatever the case may be. But all disappearing starts with, what do I do with the things I own? What do I do with the money in the bank? What do I do with the cash on hand or the gold? Those are things you have to consider. And what you have to be careful of, there's a lot of information online that will tell you what you can do, but it's not always the best information. Some companies are like, we could set up an offshore bank account for you. It's private. It's this. It's not always private, okay? So keep that in mind. And not only that, again, you transfer the money into a place that is a different currency, you're going to get killed in fees. And a lot of times these offshore banks charge huge fees, okay? So do your homework and don't rely on companies telling you what's safe, what's secure. It's all about you becoming the Sun Tzu of your disappearance. So that's my story for today. When you're thinking about disappearing, right now, I'm going to focus on the vanishing aspect before you go, starting the vanishing journey. So with that said, be safe, be smart, and think for yourself.